so you know you should localize your app to other languages. If you're not sure about this, you should watch our other video about why it's the best way to promote your app in 2019. The link is also given in the description. So if you know you should localize your app, but you're not sure which languages to translate to, you come to the right place. Hello, this is App Spotlight. We believe every great app should have a chance to reach the people who will benefit from it. And in this show, we show you how to do this. So let's get to it. The very first thing you need to decide is your target audience. Who are the people who will benefit from your app? First, we take a look at this geographically. Now, your app could be local, state, national, or global. For example, if you're making an app for your nail salon, it is unlikely that someone will come to your nail salon from outside your state. So, your target audience in this case would be your local area. Let's say you're in Northern Virginia in the United States. Maybe you don't need localization, right? It's a trick question. Are there any sizable minority communities that use their native language a lot? Of course. In Northern Virginia, there's a sizable Hispanic community. Pretty much everywhere in the United States, there's a sizable Hispanic community. In Miami, for instance, a survey from 2000 showed 67% people spoke Spanish as their first language. Second question, do Hispanic people use nail salons? Of course. Therefore, you should localize your app to Spanish if your app is for a nail salon in Northern Virginia. The second question you want to ask is that in Northern Virginia, are there any other minority communities that also use their local language a lot? In Northern Virginia, there's a sizable Korean community, so you definitely want to localize your app to Korean as well. There's also a sizable Vietnamese community, and a Chinese one, and a Filipino one, and the Russians, and Arabs, and Palestinians, and Uzbeks, and Afghans, and Ethiopians, and Indians, and Iranians, and Thais, and Pakistanis as well. So, there may be several languages that you have to localize your app to. Now, Northern Virginia is one of the most diverse parts of the United States. The place your target audience is at may not be so diverse, so you might want to translate to fewer languages. The point I was trying to make is that even when you're in a majority English-speaking country, it might make sense to localize to other languages. And at the end of the day, the question is about asking, what is my local community like? And are the non-English speakers possibly going to use my app, buy my products, or use my services? Now, sometimes you may not be sure about this. For instance, what I do is I let the people who do my language translations do the research and demographics for me. And they tell me what languages I should translate to. And then I look at what my client profile is like, and I fine-tune this against the kind of clients I get. In case you think that something like this would be useful to you, I'll left a link to their site in the show notes in the description. If you have any questions about your specific app, you can leave that as a question in the comments, and I'll try to get to as many as possible. You could also ask the people who I work with, and I've left the link to that in the description. Since it's their job to answer these kinds of questions, you probably get a quicker response there. But either ways, either use the comments or use them. Now on with the video. Okay, with this description, I've pretty much covered the local, state, and national apps. Understand your area's demographics and those people who are likely to use your app, product, or services, and then localize accordingly. Basically, understand your area's demographics and if those people are likely to use your app, products, or services, and then localize accordingly. Now, global apps. What if your app is a social networking app that pretty much everyone will use? Then ideally, you'd like to localize to every conceivable language. Now normally, when you're making a new app, your budget doesn't allow you to localize to every conceivable language. So you'd want to translate to 16 global languages that capture the vast majority of non-English speaking smartphone users worldwide. These are the 16 languages. Mandarin Chinese simplified, Mandarin Chinese traditional, Hindi, Bengali, Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, Bahasa. This is referred to as Bahasa Indonesia in Indonesia and Bahasa Melayu or Malay in Malaysia and Singapore. Number 9. Japanese. Number 10. Korean. Number 11. Turkish. Number 12. French. Number 13. German. Number 14. Arabic. Number 15. Italian. Number 16. Thai. Now the obvious question is, okay, I know the languages now. Where should I get them translated? Google Translate? For the love of God, do not get your translations done at Google Translate. Use professional translation. But whom? Should I use a translation agency? Should I use Google's professional translation service? Should I use freelancers? If any of these, which agency? I talk about all of these in my other video called Where and Who Should I Get My App Translated Localized By? The link is also given in the show notes in the description. I hope this video has helped clear up which languages to localize your app to. If you think there are other languages that you should definitely localize to for global apps, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more videos about localization and promoting your apps, subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when we put out more videos. You've been watching App Spotlight. Until next time, keep spreading your apps and make the world a better place. Hey, still there? Check out these videos. They'll help you spread your apps, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe to App Spotlight.